So my first time was kind of special. No, not that first time, you dirty dog. My first time in a past life. Hey everyone, I'm Mattias and this is my soul perspective. So some of you may know that I'm a hypnotherapist and regression therapist, and I had to do quite a bit, well actually extensive training before I was certified by the Spiritual Regression Therapy Association. Today I'm going to talk about the first time that I ever visited a past life and my experience with that. Most regression therapists are located in bigger cities, and at the time, long before I ever did my training to become a therapist myself, or even knowing that I wanted to be one, I had to go to Gothenburg, which is Sweden's second largest city, to meet someone who claimed they were a regression therapist. I don't think she was that lady, but I'll get back to that later in the video. Well, most regression therapists are in bigger cities, and well, except me, ever since I left Stockholm, which is a lovely city by the way, you should visit. Now I'm mostly online based, and I do lovely courses, so you can check my offerings out at mattiassoulperspective.com or the link below, and I have a free webinar coming up as well. I love doing that stuff. I love helping other people release their bad stuff that no longer serves them. So you could say that I'm like trauma focused. That sounds weird. I'm focused on people releasing their trauma. You know, most people think, well, maybe I don't have a trauma, but I mean smaller traumas, as being teased occasionally or being treated badly by a family member. The body remembers everything, so the things we want to forget, the body remembers. I think it's important to clear as much of that bad stuff out, to be the person you want to be, and to share the gifts you came to this earth to share, your talents and everything you want to do, to live fully and to live well. I think you need to let that go. So please check out my offerings and see if, you know, anything can suit you. So anyway, back to the story, because I think I digress here. So this lady I went to, she was very kind and warm, but she was slightly insecure, I could feel, because I asked her about her training and she was like, well, you know, there's this woman here. She passed along her techniques, and I'm sure she did. The thing is, every client is different, and you need to be specific and like not specific enough to be able to accommodate whomever you're meeting, whether that's online or in real life. So she put me on this bed, and you know, I closed my eyes, and I don't remember exactly what she did, but I think she put a blanket on me, and that was nice and cozy. But then she started saying like, so you're gonna see these elevator doors, so tell me when you see these elevator doors. And I was like, I can't see very much at all. And that's the thing about regression therapy and past lives. People think it's like this big movie surround experience. It isn't. It's like very subtle. You feel like a hunch, or you might see certain stuff, but you feel it, you know it's true. Or maybe actually when you're doing it, you might not know it's true, but you know, as time goes by afterwards, and you, number one, see the effect it has on your life, you know something happened. Second, you remember it. I mean, I did this a long time ago and I still remember it like it was yesterday, so that wouldn't happen if I hadn't made it up, you know. So she was very focused on me like getting into the elevator doors, and I couldn't see an elevator to save my life. And I kept communicating with her saying, you know, I don't see these doors. And she was like, well, you know, try a little harder. And I was like, well, I'm doing the best I can. So she was really stuck on me getting into the elevator. I think eventually I sort of complied and was like, I think it's an elevator door. And she was like, good, get in. And she like took me down. So that's sort of a good metaphor for going into a deeper state of trance. This isn't really about a big trauma, but I had suffered from the worst motion sickness you can imagine. I couldn't go by train, car, or anything. and read or, you know, look down or do anything other than just focus on the road. I have sort of a very sensitive inner balance system, I guess. I would always win the competitions in school when you would like stand on one foot or be on a, I don't know, like a little stick that all the kids would stand on, and I would always be the last one standing. So maybe that has something to do with it. But anyway, back to this life. So I was this poor like street boy in Holland, I would say Netherlands, around maybe the 1600s. Everything isn't like in a chronological order. You know, you see what you see. Of course, the regression therapist can take you back and forth like a director, but you know, she wasn't that experienced. But I did see this scene when I was, someone put me in this big, huge barrel, and I started to spinning out of control down the cobble street. Spinning, baby, out of control. That's a Madonna song, I think. Going very fast down these cobbled stone streets, down to the dock and into the water. And as I was laying there as myself having this experience, I felt my head spinning and I was just about to puke, and suddenly I landed in the water, and very sad, or rather sad, you know, because I drowned, of course. She took me back. I felt like I had been on like some crazy roller coaster carousel spinning around, and as the days progressed and turned into weeks and months, I realized my motion sickness had been cured. And she didn't even, or us together didn't set the intention on you know, anything specific, but it just happened that as I experienced that old soul memory, it released something, so I became free of it. So today I can read and write and do whatever when I'm traveling. I mean, still the train's going like this when you're almost upside down. Still feels strange. I'm so focused on helping people release stuff, because that's really what we're here to do, I think. In part, we're here to love and grow and do all of those things, but how can you do that? And how can you live a truly successful life if you're burdened by old traumas and old hurts? And a clue for realizing that you have that is, where in life do you feel stuck? What would you like to let go of? I would like to hear from you. You could please just leave me a comment, and I'd love to read that. And also, I'd be very happy if you liked, subscribed, shared, do whatever you want, you know. I think that's all. Have a great day. Bye.